Yeah. I'll say one thing. This is actually helping the tarp. It's not sealed or anything. There's gaps around the edge, but it deflects some heat. It's a little bit colder here. I was by the beach in Orange County, not by the beach, we're far from by the beach, but in the beach zone, the area where the weather stays warm because of the air coming off the Pacific Ocean and the warmer water. Moreno Valley is a little chilly. I got gloves in my fucking backpack too. I might have to get those out. Even though I'll put my hands under, but I want to go sleep. Shit, I got a camping mat under me and a good sleeping bag, a decent sleeping bag, which is the only reason I'm alive. It's an MSS. There are a lot of fucking crackheads here in Moreno Valley. I've never been here before. It's weird. All four of the gyms are in that one little spot, and I looked, there's a mega mall, like this crazy big mall area, and then it's all fucking suburbs, like where Lou lives. I'm really fucking pissed about that. Like, all this time, I don't know. I met Richard one day in 2015, and other than that, I don't know any of these Trouble Game Mafia people. But it turns out Lou has a nice house and a family and probably a mother. I don't fucking know their relation, but some old woman's at his house, probably his mother, maybe mother-in-law. For a person with a life, with a car, with a well, we don't need a car because he shot video in a car, but a car with a garage to put it in, and money for gas, and a TV, and a computer, and everything else that's in a house. To have a life, and to take so much time and effort to bully people, to hurt people for entertainment is scary. It's the mark of a real monster. Someone has to do something about that. Someone has to stand up to these people in general. These guys are fucking bullies that do nothing but prey on people for fun. And someone has got to do something about it. I've known they're bad for a long time, but every time I learn something new, it's a new pocket of perverts, or one of them's a sex offender, or a person that served time for manslaughter, or they beat their wife, or they sell crystal meth, or they try to live off grid because they're Looney Tunes. And the new one, my old buddy from Kentucky they recruited, is into eating kids for gaining psychic power and is constantly talking about Illuminati type stalking shit. They're all fucking crazy. They're fucking crazy. But now it's time to make an example of one of them. I found Lou, and I'm gonna sue him. I'm gonna file papers on him. I have the ability now. I'm going through that with Crowell or whoever was bullshitting today about that being fake. No, I served Crowell with another restraining order. Crowell brought in Lou Stefano to harass me during the period of the previous restraining order. And Lou was one of the most prominent, earliest, and longest-running members of the 12 Brigade Mafia. There are only a couple more important than him. Lorraine Morris and Colleen Taylor are senior to him, and I guess he would be about on par with Zachariah, the big troll. And that's the core of the 12 Brigade Mafia. That plus Richard, they are all way and above. Everyone else since then, like Anderson Henderson, was there for a while, and then they turned on him. Well, fuck, Richard turned on Lou, and Richard turns on everybody, but that's the core group that survived multiple generations. When new people were brought into the 12 Brigade Mafia, Lou, Lorraine, Colleen, Zeke, they indoctrinated them. Made sure they thought that you couldn't have a service dog if it was self-trained, and you had to have papers, and psychiatric service dogs are ESAs, and all the bullshit. But then the temporary people would flake off. They turn on them real quick, or they think they went too far. A variety of things. But that core group, those Lou, Lorraine, Colleen Taylor, and Zeke and Richard, that is the Troll Brigade Mafia. Everyone else was just a temporary add-on. And then eventually Richard turned on Lou. I don't know why. I have no idea what their business is. I don't know why he was supporting him, other than he is a bully and likes bullying people. He made that clear with me, with his constant child sex. Lou Stefano constantly bombarded me with child sex messages. He's the one that made the Colton No PP account. He loves talking about little boy PPs. His number one catchphrase is Colton No PP. That's his thing. That may be something. That may be the whole thing. That may be why he's a pervert, and I don't know. But I want to send a clear message and make a record here for my own safety. Ever being a part of the Troll Brigade Mafia, he hasn't bothered me in 2 years that I know of. I don't give a fuck. He's a terrorist. What he started is ongoing. If you join Richard in attacking me, and I ever find you 75 years from now, your family is in danger. Everyone's in danger. I'll fucking come. I'm not going to tolerate being victimized by a domestic terror group run by a pedophile and a bunch of perverts. Okay? So, like I said, Lou was an original OG member of the Troll Brigade Mafia. He was buddy deep in there, and Richard turned on him. And Richard turned on everybody. And the new people, the individual generations of Troll Brigade Mafia I talk about, they were only temporary. They only lasted 6 months, maybe a year. So how long do you think you're going to last? Even if you are one of these bullies and you get off on sending perverted messages to people and disrupting conversations and driving people crazy, if you join up with the pedophile, he's going to turn on you. And if you were involved in attacking me, or frankly, if I uncover shit like whoever's responsible for destroying Renee Richmond's YouTube about service dogs, went after an old disabled lady, just like they did me, I mean, let's face it, she was a little slow, but she got fished, and then the Troll Brigade Mafia took her shit down. The cruelty of going after an old lady like that is ridiculous. And if I find anyone, if you are connected to these people in any way, if you fucking deliver sandwiches to the pedophile and his crew on a regular basis and I find you, it's not going to be pleasant. Yeah. Now we all know Lou has a gun, so I'm going to get a restraining order against him, and this government's going to take his gun. I'm going to sue him, and I'm going to drag this shit into court and I want to see him explain to a judge how he thinks the project entitled Troll Brigade Mafia Colton No PP is acceptable. You got organized crime, domestic terrorism, and child sex shoved into one product title. And then let him talk on and on about how I threaten to kill kids. No conditional statements. If you don't leave me alone, I'm going to flip out. That's legal. And it also is going to make the people doing the attacking look real bad. And if you manage to convince the judge, oh shit, this dude might have flipped out. This is real. This community really was in danger because of this trolling, because of this domestic terrorism called the Troll Brigade Mafia. Lord help you. Imagine getting all the charges that are available. Organized crime, racketeering. They pooled money sent from various spots around the nation into Richard's trust fund for paying the hackers to attack people, so cyber attacks and shit there, and money across state lines and using wire services, and then Richard fucking pocketed the money, halfway through, like he quit paying, and then the hackers called me and gave me info, which is how shit happens. Like I knock on your mother's fucking door, Lou. I begged you for mercy. I cried about it. I beat the shit out of myself. I served jail time. I went to the psych ward, but you would show no mercy, Lou. Now, I believe you got a gun, because you got a fucking nice house. I mean, you got a couple of cars. That's $1 million house in California. Well, there's Riverside, not LA County, so I guess it's a little cheaper out there, but still, it's a very nice house. I'm sure you do have a gun. I believe you. And I'm sure you're a pervert, and I'm sure you're a terrorist, and I'm sure that you would have just come back around when you thought it was funny to fuck with me again, or you made up with Richard, whatever your little squabble, your little drug spat he owes you, whatever the fuck it is. But I gotta make an example out of you, because Richard won't stop, and he keeps recruiting people, and I need to show people, hey, look, if Richard successfully recruits you into the domestic terrorist organization of the Trober Gay Mafia and sends you after me, or anyone, if I fucking catch you being a terrorist, even if you are bothering some other disabled man, a little old woman, some like we were just talking about, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna fucking get you. But at the end of the day, this all makes me sick. All of them. Richard lived in a crack hotel and apparently has an obese wife, and I could visualize him having nothing. He had a tube TV when he made YouTube videos about news broadcasts and stuff, sitting in his little hotel room. It was an old tube TV, like a 32-inch regular, I don't know what brand it was, but a tube, old style TV. Okay, so I could see him being bored enough to do nothing but sit there all night, every night, sending perverted messages on his phone. But then I find Lou here. He's got a house. He's got a backyard. You can't have a house that big and not be able to afford a flat screen. A big flat screen and cable or internet, whatever. But these people are like, well, I could watch any movie. I could play any video game. I could read anything online. I could go outside. His mom or aunt or whatever it is has a cat. I could play with the cat. You know, his neighborhood was real nice, and the bus stop was right there. You could go up to the little pavilion center with the grocery store and shit, and have coffee houses, and then there was only a 20-minute bus ride up to the area where the gyms were and the big mall, and all the entertainment come with the movie theaters, and like, man, he could do anything in the world. But what does he do? He sends messages about little boy pee-pees to disabled people to upset them and cause pain. That's scary. These people are fucking monsters. They get a kick out of bullying disabled people. They have to be stopped. They can't ever be free. They need to go to jail. Even if it's not me they're bullying, it'll be someone else. He said he stopped recently bullying me. One, I don't really know that. Like, who knows with all the accounts that attack me and shit. And two, the people that are attacking, he trained back in the day. And three, if it's not me, he's probably bullying somebody else. Maybe warring with Richard. That's a whole... Like I said, I don't even know what their fucking beef is about. But these people have to be stopped.